So yeah, hi everyone, I'm back after a long. So today I have started building a multi-tenant authentication system. This is just a development related project. It is not an enterprise level project, but I have just built to understand how different authentication flows work, what are IDPs, what is OIDC, what is SAML and all those. So I'm just here to share some knowledge. So this system has multiple organization. For each organizations you can configure different kind of auth modes. You can authenticate through password, OTP, Google OAuth, SSO, and even for one organization you can configure multiple authentication modes. And for this one, the key feature of this is bring your own IDP. If you are using the traditional password and OTP based login, it's fine, but if you are trying to make a very flexible SSO related system, so I have tried building it where you can configure any of your IDP, any of the standard IDP across the world. You can just bring in here, you can just share some of the required configurations from IDP with us, and we will just be saving those, and we will be authenticating the users at your IDP, and then saving the identities, or saving the information which are not PII as in which are not personally identifiable information. We will not store that kind of information. And you can your IDP can be following any of the protocols. SAML 2.0, which is a enterprise protocol and which is kind of legacy, while you can also bring some new IDPs like Azure AD or Key Clock, and those are also configurable. We have one flag which is just in time provisioning. If that is switched on, then you just need to invite your users to your IDP, and whenever your users come to our system, we will just create the user into our system as soon as your IDP authenticates or verifies them. This is the architecture that our project contains, but I don't think you will be anything understanding in this. This is just the code structure. And for SAML, these are the details that are to be provided from IDP side, which is IDP entity ID, SSO URL, certificate, entity ID, and ACS URL. And for OIDC, you need to provide discovery URL, client ID, client secret, and these are just how to use the project, how to run that, what are the APIs. And if you want to configure SAML and OIDC directly from API level, that is also there. While we also have built a UI for that, and from that UI you can simply go to UI, enter your org ID, and there you can select what SSO configuration you want. So first I'll explain the flowchart to you. As soon as user enters the email, we check what are the authentication modes. If that user belongs to our system, then we allow him, otherwise user not found error is thrown. Now as soon as user is found, we check to which org they are bounded to, and for each org we check what are the provided methods. Now user can select any of the method. As I told, multiple methods can be configured. If they select the traditional password and OTP, simply they hit some of our APIs. We verify if the user is valid or if the OTP is valid, and if everything is valid, we generate the refresh token and access token. If you have configured Google as the URL, then we send to the Google OAuth. User authenticate at OAuth level. OAuth will hit our callback URL. At our callback level, the exchange of token will happen, and we will also fetch the email name and linking ID from Google. And if everything is fine, then we generate the access and refresh token from our system, and then login is successful. Then for SSO protocol segregation is done. So if there is SAML based, then we redirect to SSO URL ka IDP. From that IDP, user authenticates at IDP level itself. Then the our callback URL is hit with the SAML response. We parse the SAML assertion using all the details, SAML certificate and all those details, and as soon as the parsing is done, we extract the email name ID, linking ID, and all those things. We match the email. If the email matches, then we check if the user exists. If the user exists, then we simply link or verify the identity provided by the IDP provider and generate. Otherwise, if user does not exist, then we provide the just-in-time. If the just-in-time enablement is just-in-time provisioning is enabled, we create that user in our DP in our system. We save the save the identity provided, we generate the token. If not, then user is not found. And same for this. At here we have in SAML we have to do the parsing, because the SAML response SAML assertion is provided from the IDPs. In case of OIDC, it is JWT based, so it is a bit easier, where user authenticates at IDP level. We get code and state. For those code and state, we exchange the code ID, we extract email name ID and everything. Now same flow is there, and as soon as the user is found, then we link or verify the identity and login successful. Now you might be thinking how it looks like. So this is organization. There are APIs to create organization users from scratch as well. As soon as you create organization, for those organization you can configure what are the auth methods. You can see for one organization there are 3 auth methods as well. And for SSO config you have to save like what is the protocol. For these are 2 organization, one is with SAML, one is with OIDC. This is the IDP name. I tried using Okta and Azure ID, but they did not allow to create their account. So in auth 0 only we can configure SAML and OIDC. Just for dev purpose I did. So these are the SAML config that I saved, these are the OIDC config that I saved. That is it. And for users, if they contain password, we save the password hash and all. If there are OTP, then we save OTP hashes so that we can identify when the OTP expires. And for this user identities, if that is OIDC, then this kind of format is provided. So this is a kind of unique identifier that IDP uses at their level to identify a user. So we save that as well, so that whenever the user comes in later on, and even this can be used in retries, we can find out that okay, this user is from our system. Same for SAML. SAML saves email ID, Google saves this kind of numbers. So we save that kind of information. Then I think we can we can just jump on running this. So okay, first of all I'll start with password based login. Okay, for password based, from this API set password, you can set the password. As soon as I set it will show these 3 authentication methods are there. We will try all these 3. I showed you one one minute. I showed you one organization with multiple auth methods. See, password OTP Google. So this one is the same. As soon as you log in with password, you have to enter your email. You have to enter the password hello@123. It will be logged in. We get our token. Now for the same ID. Okay, for the same ID we will try to log in via OTP. We are sending the OTP. Wait, because we have used Gmail as the SMTP. Just a second. Yeah, here it is. So I'll just paste it. Verified, log out. Now for the same, okay, now for the same one, let me use the Google login. So you went to Google. Okay, I don't know if I can show you because the pages will change. Okay, and if I use this account, I went there, I came here, I'm login successful. I don't know if I can show you. So this is the token exchange happening at our UI level itself. I can't show you API actually because it is changing again and again. But yeah, so there are APIs which will hold the response which is coming from Google, and then they will save the details into our database and then authenticate. So this is one. Now I'll explain the SSO flow. So okay, for SSO I have created one SAML test step. This is for SAML, this is for OIDC. So I will explain you first how SAML works. So once you go to the SAML one, these are all the details, domain, client ID and all those. And if you also want to try this, you can try via auth 0. Auth 0 is completely free. You can do everything. So here in add-ons I have switched on SAML so that we can I just wanted to hit trial and error to see if everything is working. So in SAML you will get all these details: issuer, identity provider, certificate, then login URL, then everything is here. Now identity provider metadata is also there, and this is the certificate. So here the certificate will be downloaded as a PEM file. Just a second, I'll try to show it to you. Okay, wait, I am trying to show it to you. Downloads. And if you want to see it here, see, this is how certificate basically looks like. So yeah, I downloaded. So these are all the details you will get on any of the IDP. Any of the IDP that supports SAML has to provide all this detail, and this is industry standard. So they provide all of these details. You come to front end, you go to your org ID, and then you provide everything. See, here it is. For entity ID you can fill whatever you got. For SSO URL, and here you can enter what is the IDP certificate that you got, and these are the this is the ACS URL that our system uses. I should not have shown it to you, but I showed it so that that you can understand this SSO SAML callback API actually verifies what SAML assertion response comes from IDP, identifies if that user is there with us and all. So this is the actual, this API handles the actual logic of of handling the response from IDP and then calculating all the business logic and allowing the user to log in or not. So this is here, and inside this in the setting, if you can see, we have to also configure our URL. See, I have written allowed callback URLs. So this I had used, actually this is the one that is to be used. Earlier I had entered this because earlier it was OIDC, now this one. But yeah, you can enter multiple callback URLs. This is the logout URL. So all of these details you have to configure here. So this is the SAML one. Okay, so for SAML I can show you this user 14081, yeah, this user has SAML configuration 7CF. I can show you. So for this 7CF we have SSO with SAML configuration. Yeah, see, this is SAML configuration, these all are there. So okay, let's log in with that email ID and let's see how it works. Okay, just a second, I needed to copy the email. Okay, see, only SSO was there, so we were able to see that. Now when we clicked on that, we went to the IDP provider that was given. It is taking some time. Okay, this is because earlier logout did not happen properly. Let's try in this window. Now if you go login with SSO, we redirect you to there, and here you enter the email ID. This is the password. As soon as the SAML will authenticate you, it will send back to our API. Our API will verify, and we given you the token. Okay, so you have logged out from here. Now we can try again in incognito only. Let's try for the OIDC one. Okay, if we go here, this is the OIDC one 4C8. So we have to find out some user from 4C8. I think this one. Okay, I'll copy this. Now for this one, this is a OIDC provider. Wait, let me show you how the OIDC one works. So for this OIDC one also, I have here we have domain ID, client secret, and I have also configured all of the required details. Okay, and once I have entered all this, if you go to the OIDC, if you go to this one, in this you have to enter whatever I showed you, right? Discovery URL, client ID, client secret. This is a little simpler, I know. So you have to copy all this detail from here. You have to save here, and you can also test connection. And as soon as you test the connection, it will show you, okay, this connection is fine or not fine. Okay, if the APIs are not able to connect, you will see, okay, this is not able to connect. We have written the test APIs for that as well. I can explain in another video. And in this tenant login, you can simply go and okay, now we will enter that email ID, the one I was talking you about. Yeah, this also has SSO, and into this you were redirected here. I know it seems to be similar for you, but yeah, behind the scene both are working in different both are working through different protocols. So as soon as, see, now you have this access token. Yeah, this was, since this was a development project, I don't have anything much. But yeah, this is the basic. I just tried exploring what is IDP. IDP is basically identity provider, which takes care of how authentication will take place. And if you have SSO configured, then if you have to log in at only your IDP, and you can access to multiple to the multiple application. I don't think I can show you right now. IDP. Oh, IDP login. I don't know if I'll get some image. Okay, I don't know, I'm not able to get. So okay, IDPs are identity provider. Okay, provider. Yeah, maybe I think I can get. Yeah, so see here what happens. Any system when tries to log in, the service provider sends you to identity provider. Identity provider logs you in, and then sends you back, and user logged in. So this is a kind of where the authentication actual logic is the headache of identity provider, not yours. So this is how things work. So yeah, I think that's pretty much. You can research more about SAML OIDC, and let me know if you need something more on this project. I can shoot a new video. Thank you.